Hey guys, Mr. Milson here. We looked at example 3 of a system with 3 equations with 3 variables. Now we're going to look at another example. This time we're looking at example 4. So example 4 is another system of equations with 3 variables. So again, we're going to be using elimination to find the solution to the system of equations. We're going to write our answer as an ordered triple, just like before. So we're going to write our answer just like this guy, x, y, z. So when I'm looking at these 3 equations, we want to be trying to find variables that are going to cancel when we do elimination. So let's look at our x's. We have -4, +2, -4. Well, -4 cancels with +4. That seems okay, but this isn't great. Well, here we have +1, +6, +3. Well, they're all positive, so they don't really cancel, so we'd have to do some multiplying. I'm not a huge fan of that. Here we have -6, -5, +4. Well, none of these are going to cancel very easily, and we'd have to do multiplication on 2 of these in order to get anything to cancel. So I'm not a huge fan of these either. But if I go back to x, these did cancel pretty well. And I'm thinking, well, could I change 2x to 4x so that it would cancel with this first one? Well, certainly. If I multiply this times 2, 2 times 2 is 4. So we'd get 4x here, cancels here. So I would just need to multiply this second equation times 2. So that's what we're going to do. So let's label these as equation 1, equation 2, and equation 3. The first thing we're going to do is do the easy one. We're going to do equation 1 and equation 3. So let's go ahead and write those out. -4x plus y minus 6z is equal to -11, and 4x plus 3y plus 4z is equal to 19. Now what I can do is I can get these to cancel. So -4x and +4x, those cancel. We're going to get 4y minus 2z is equal to 8. So we have a new equation in terms of x and z. So now we need to do it again with our first two in order to get a new equation with x and z. And then we're going to use those 2 new ones and combine it with this. So here we want to do equation 1 and equation 2. But we want to be a little bit careful. With equation 2, what we're going to do is we're going to multiply this guy times 2. So the first equation, -4x plus y minus 6z equals -11. All I did was copy down that first equation. Now we're going to take our second equation, multiply it times 2. 2 times 2x, 4x. 2 times positive 6y plus 12y. 2 times -5z, -10z. 2 times 28, 56. Now I want to add going down. And the reason I multiplied times 2, right, is so that these x's would cancel, and we see that they do. So 4x and -4x, those cancel. Y and 12y become 13y. -6z and -10z, we're adding those, so -16z. And 56 minus 11 is 45. Cool. All right. So we've done a lot of work so far. We've done elimination 2 times, and we've gotten 2 new equations. We have this equation here and this equation here. We have 2 equations with y and z, and we're going to use both of these to solve for our next step. So we're going to combine these in some way in order to use elimination. And we're looking at our variables and thinking about, well, what's going to cancel really nicely? Well, right away, 13 I don't like. 13 doesn't really multiply into anything that I know of easily that would go into 4. But 2 and, or -2 and -16, that's okay. But the problem is that they're both negative, so I'd have to multiply by a negative, which is okay. That's not a huge problem. So let's go ahead and do that. So we can multiply -2 times something to get to positive 16. So it cancels with our z. Well, -2 times what will give us 16? Well, 8, right? 8 times 2 is 16, but we need it to be negative so that because positive 16, it will cancel. All right, so let's go ahead and multiply these. We're going to do -8 times 4y. we're going to get negative 8, 16, 32. So negative 32y. And then negative 8 times negative 2 plus 16z. Negative 8 times positive 8 becomes negative 64. So now when we're doing this, we can go ahead and eliminate these two. So I rewrote this equation over here by multiplying it times negative 8. So now I can use elimination. So my z's are going to cancel, those go away. And on the left-hand side, 13y and negative 32y, that's going to become, it's going to be negative overall. We take away 10, we get 22. Take away 3, we get 19. So negative 19y is equal to, oh boy, another one. So 64, take away 45, 5, 50, 10, 15, and 4 is negative 19 again. Be easier if I had my calculator, but that's okay. So we're going to divide by negative 19 on both sides. We're going to get y is equal to 1, right? Negative 19 over negative 19 is positive 1. And what I wanted to is kind of point out the difference between what happened in our first example and our second example. When we did elimination in our first example, we did it with 1 and 2, and we got an answer. But when we did elimination the first time here, we got an equation, which was annoying. And because we got an equation, we had to combine it with the other equation we got. And the only reason that this worked is that when I did 1 and 2 and 1 and 3 and 1 and 2, we eliminated the same variable twice. We eliminated 4 and we eliminated 4x, we eliminated the 4x. So we eliminated the x variable. So it gave me an equation in terms of y and z again. And because they were the same variables, we were then able to solve this guy for y. So now that I have what y is equal to, we can solve for z. I'm just going to use this equation since it's right here. I'm going to rewrite it. 4y minus 2z is equal to 8. We're going to substitute y is 1 in here. So 4 times 1 minus 2z is equal to 8. So 4 times 1 is 4. So 4 minus 2z is equal to 8. Subtract 4 on both sides. We're going to get negative 2z is equal to 4. Divide by negative 2, divide by negative 2. Z is equal to negative 2. So we have y and z. Now we need to solve for x. So I'm going to use, which one do I want to use? I'll use the last one here since it's right there. We're going to substitute in y equals 1 and z equals negative 2. So z equals negative 2 goes here, y 1 goes in here. So 4x plus 3 times y, which is 1, plus 4 times z, which is negative 2, is equal to 19. And now we need to solve for x. So 3 times 1 is 3, plus 4 times negative 2 is negative 8, is equal to 19. And we have the 4x over here. So 4x plus 3 plus negative 8 is equal to 19. Well, 3 and negative 8 becomes negative 5. So 4x minus 5 is equal to 19. We add 5, we add 5. These cancel. We're going to get 4x is equal to 24. Divide by 4, divide by 4. X is equal to 6. So we have our x, y, z. We want to write our answer as an ordered triple. So x value first, 6, y value second, 1, z value third, negative 2. And this is our ordered triple. And this point represents the point in three-dimensional space where these three planes intersect. All right, guys, thanks for watching. See you in the next video.